Okay, so we are going to go over surface area and volume for week 4, Monday, quarter 4, math 6. All right. So here you have a 3D shaped cube. Do you see that? Or it might not be cube. I don't know. It looks like it's rectangle. So maybe a rectangular prism. So first things first, what is this side right here? What is this side right here? Is that what it says? On your, are you sure this is 10? What's this side right here? Okay, and what's this side? So this is not a square, right? Because all three sides are different. So this is called a rectangular prism. So to find the volume of a rectangular prism, it's actually pretty easy because all you have to do is just length times width times height, okay? So which one is the height? Take a guess. Which one do you think the height is? Those three numbers. Okay, let me help you out. It is 10. Do you see how this is the bottom? Okay. This is called a base. Okay. Your base is going to tell you your length and width. Okay. So this is the height. Which one is going to be the length on the base? Well, width is going to be the smaller number. Length is always the bigger number. It's generally how you remember it. Okay. All right. So then let's plug everything in here. So your volume is length times width times height. Now, the way I do this is I always take the 10 multiplied by the closest number here, which is 30, right? And then 7 times 30, 7 times 3 is 21 centimeters cubed. And it's cubed because you're dealing with volume. Do you see that? Yeah. That's your answer. You can't just put 210. You got to put centimeters cubed, okay? Yeah. So make sure you box that answer. I want you to box that answer on your paper right now so you at least have the answer on your paper. And then box it. Okay? Now, let's find the surface area. You ready? To find the surface area, it's kind of like if you were to cover this box with paper. Okay? If I were to cover this box with paper, think of all the surfaces. There are 6 faces on this box. Okay? There is a bottom, a top. Those are the same. Do you see that? Then there is a left side and a right side. Those are the same. Do you see that? And then there is a front and a back, and those are exactly the same. Do you see that? Okay. Which 2 number makes the bottom and the top? Two numbers that makes the bottom and the top. Yeah, because do you see the base is the bottom, right? And the top is right here. Do you see the top right here? Do you see how these two are exactly the same? So I just need to find one of them and then multiply by 2, right? So I'm going to put or. Or just means if I were to find the area of the base, which is 7 times 3, right? Then I just take this and I just multiply it by 2 because there's 2 of them. Do you see that? Which is then 21 times 2, which is 42. Do you agree? Okay. So this right here is the base. I'm just going to use the same color so that way it's easier for us to follow along, right? Purple. Left and right. Which 2 number makes left and right? Like the left and right side of your box that you're going to cover with wrapping paper. Ten and what? You got it. Yeah. Do you see the part that I'm highlighting right now in green? That's the left and right. Do you see how that's left and right? Okay. So you're right. you're gonna use 10 and 3. So if I do 10 times 3, and there's 2 of them, right? That's 30 times 2, which is then 60, right? Okay. What 2 number makes front and back? Front and back, you're right, 10 and 7. So it's this part right here. Do you see this part right here in red? And also this part right here in red. Do you see that? Okay. So that will be 10 times 7. And there's 2 of them, right? So then that's going to give me a 70 times 2, which is 140. Now, you have to add all of them together because you have to do front, top and bottom, left and right, front and back. And add all of them together because you're covering the whole box, right? So then we add everything together. Do you see how this part right here gives you 200? 200 plus 42 is 242. That centimeters area squared. So I want you to copy this part down right now in unboxing. That's your surface area. So copy it down. So you have one side that has a volume. Remember, it's cubed. The other one is area, so it's squared. Okay. So the rest, I want you to watch the video and then you do it by yourself. Okay. All right, B. B is kind of a weird shape. This is called the base. Do you see the base right here is what shaped? So it's called a triangular what? Prism, okay? Now, this is going to be a little bit weird because I'm not sure if your teacher actually went over the formulas for a triangular prism. It's surface area and of triangular prism formula. Does she even go over this with you guys? Okay. So the volume of this, okay? The volume of this is always going to be the area of the base times height, okay? Just like the volume here for this rectangular prism is the area of the base, which is that blue thing, times 10, which is the height, right? So here, let's try to find the area of the base. The area of the base here is going to be the shape of a triangle. Do you agree? So let's redraw this triangle right here. Okay, so this is your base, right? What is 10 that's given to you? This right here is 10. 10 is the what? Height, right? And then they also give you the side. Do you see the side right here? What number is that? 12? Right? How do you find the area of a base? Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height, right? So I have 1/2. I do have the height, which is 10, but then what am I missing? Do I know what the base is? Base is right here, so I don't know what the base is. But that 12 is going to help you, okay? And here's how it's going to help you. I want you to focus on this triangle right here. Do you see this yellow triangle? So I'm going to redraw it here. This is the yellow triangle, right? The height is going to be 10. You know, this piece right here is 12. Our goal is to figure out what that is, right? And that right there, well, that's going to be half of it. Did your teacher ever go over the Pythagorean theorem with you? Pythagorean theorem. So no, she didn't. Okay, so the way that you do this, it's always going to be the two sides that's close to the right angle. Do you see the right angle right here? these two added together squared is always going to be equal to the side opposite of the right angle. Do you see how that's the opposite side? Okay, so I'm going to do question mark squared plus 10 squared equal what's opposite? 12 squared. Do you see that? Question mark squared plus 10 times 10 is 100. 12 times 12 is 144, right? Subtract 100 on both sides. Question mark squared equals it's just going to be 44, right? Okay, well, that's great. This is not even a perfect side. Can you grab your notebook? I want to see if she actually gave you the the formulas for it, or if she just expects you guys to do this on your own. Then you need to take your cell phone on and take a picture of it. Because I can't help you, and you can't help yourself if you don't get all the notes.